How's it going, everyone? It is January 2nd, 2026, which means we have made it through another year. One thing I did at the beginning of 2025 was talk about my goals I had for the new year, and we're going to go back and take a look and see how we did versus what I wanted to get done and what we did get done. So, first thing we talked about, we had personal and content creation goals. We're going to talk about the personal stuff first and then touch on the content creation. So, number one we had was sell things. This was more of kind of a generalization, but I wanted to shrink down stuff I have and I'm not using, and then either take that money and put it back into new gear that I want or things that I'm just going to use. Overall, I feel I did pretty well on this. I sold a bunch of just old electronics, audio equipment, computers, computer parts, and pretty much everything else in between. And I shrunk down a lot of the stuff I had, and it is now waiting to be reinvested into other things that I want. So I feel overall that turned out pretty well. 2, I wanted to finish up project cars, and this one was kind of the weird in between where it did tie over into content creation because I wanted to make stuff on cars. I like cars, I like tech, so I wanted to, make content on something that I'm interested in. Overall, we didn't finish any of the project cars I had prior, but I did sell a lot of them. So I had a 2003 F-150 that I sold earlier this year. I had a 2001 CBR 600 that I sold in summer, right before summer. And then I had a 2014 328D M Sport Touring that I sold in September or so. And maybe before that, maybe July. I sold it around there. And then I got the X5. So I did shrink my fleet of vehicles. I didn't get the E30 or the 2002 done, but I did get rid of a lot more stuff. And then the X5 was kind of a project, and that one is 95% done. So we'll get partial credit for that one. The third one was Japanese, and it is something I still try and study every day. Earlier last year, I was really on top of it, and it was really easy to study, but as the year has gone on and with getting my degree and job hunting, it has kind of slowed down a bit, but I still do try and study every day. My goal was to get the N2 or N3 done. Found out that they didn't do the test in the US in July. So I was like, okay, I'll get it in December. The slots filled up almost instantly for the N3 and N2 in Boulder. And then it was just really expensive to try and go to Hawaii or Edmonton to try and get the other ones. And I didn't feel that confident that I'd be able to pass it. And I was like, I don't know if I can justify spending the $1,000 or so to go take a test and maybe fail it and then have to come back immediately. So that one I would say I'm still working on, and it'll be something I continue to do probably more this upcoming year. And the fourth one was kind of the biggest goal, was get my bachelor's, and that one I did get knocked out pretty quickly. So we had officially started my term at WGU on April 1st, and I had finished all of my classes on May 29th, May 30th or something like that. So the official graduation date was June, but I did get that knocked out and done. Has it helped too much with the job hunt? Not so much, but I have it, so that's cool. And obviously that's not going to be something that's going to carry over into the new year. So overall, I was pretty happy with what I got done. I know there were areas I could have gotten better or done more with, and unfortunately that's just how it goes, but you can't hold yourself back or get discouraged from continuing on even if you don't complete something. Moving on to content. So we had 4 goals for content, and the first one was upload twice a month. That one we did not follow very well. Making videos is tough. So I think, though, I've got a better feel for it and kind of have a better idea of what I want to do. And I know I need to get ahead to basically do that. So firing it off there from zero and not giving myself any leeway to film or anything in advance definitely caused problems. I guess not problems, but definitely caused a hitch with it, because then when I caught up to what I had filmed, then it was I need to get out there and do something. And I may have been waiting on parts or, sick, something like that. So did not do that for about half the year. We were pretty good like starting in June, I think. And then after June, I think we hit it up until December, where I didn't get another video up because I was waiting on parts to film 4 cars, and I didn't feel like just sending something out there because I could. Because I do want to try and make improvements to the videos I'm putting out. There were a few people who've commented on them, especially the car stuff, and some people have said it's, boring and I need to take talking out of it, and I think that's really good. I appreciate any feedback, good, positive, negative, anything like that. So if you are watching and you're a fan of the automotive stuff and you have suggestions, feel free to throw it in, good, bad, any of it's good. And I appreciate it. The second one was streaming schedule. I think I streamed maybe 5 or 10 times the whole year, which was significantly far off from what I'd wanted to do. That being said, that one directly impacted the next goal, which was my follower count and subscriber count for YouTube, followers for Twitch. I think I wanted, let me double check here. I think it was something like I wanted 1,000 followers on Twitch and 500 subscribers on YouTube. Twitch, we had a few went up, but I'm still stuck in this cursed area of not being able to get out of 350 something. So I'll go up a couple, I'll get like 359, and then it'll drop back down to 4, or 350 something. YouTube, though, was pretty good. We started off the year at, I think, 86 or something like that, and ended at 178. So we over doubled, which I think is good. Obviously not where I wanted to, but any incremental improvement is good. So it just means I need to work harder at it this next year and really make sure I'm putting out stuff that I'm happy with and I think people will enjoy watching. Fourth one was improve my editing skills, and as I did more videos, I think this is something that will naturally happen. That may not be noticeable, but I can definitely go through and function a little bit better. I use DaVinci Resolve, and I think I can use it just slightly better every time I use it, so that'll keep improving. But overall, once again, I didn't hit everything, and I didn't get nearly as far as I wanted to, but I made improvements, and I think I can set goals for this next year, which is what I wanted to talk about next. What are my goals for 2026? Personal, we'll keep it short. Continue shrinking down what I own and minimize that whole collaboration of stuff. 2, I really want to work on focusing better. I feel like it's one problem I have that affects me in multiple ways, is that I'm always constantly thinking, and I really think I need to work on focusing in on certain projects and not go through and start doing 12 projects at once, because then they accumulate more and then I will have 15 projects going. So focusing better. And the third one is I want to improve or learn like 2 to 3 new skills and get at least pretty proficient at it. Japanese excluded from that. Japanese is kind of its own thing, so that one will continue to be there. But 2 to 3 new ones, or ones that I know that I'm really not good at. So that's it for personal. And I think we'll see where those end up by, end of 2026. Content creation side. I want to stick with 2 videos a month and see if I can hit that for the whole year. And if not the whole year, I want to see if I can at least get out 24 videos in total for the whole year. I think that is more possible, but I'd like it to be like 2 videos a month, but I want in total 24 videos. So whether, maybe we get 1 really long video 1 month, but we get 3 the next month. As long as I can hit that 24 video mark for the year, that's really, really what I want. Streaming, I would like to get back into it. Sometimes it's just hard to figure out, but I'd like to at least stream like a couple times a month. But it's kind of up in the air. Games have been tough, so I don't know 100% what I want to play. I feel like I'm kind of in a rough patch with games. But who knows? Maybe I can even throw in like streaming in the garage or something like that. Yeah. And then the final one, which is kind of the ambitious goals, is the followers and subs. Twitch, I've lowered quite a bit. I want to hit 500 this year on Twitch. It would be really, really nice. And then subs on YouTube, I would like to try and hit 1,000. I know that's 822, and that's a whole lot more than the 90 I got. But that's where I want to hit. So we'll see how that comes about over the year. But with that being said, I appreciate everyone for watching, and happy 2026, and we'll see you guys hopefully a bit more this year than last. One more thing. If you guys made it this far in the video, make sure you like, subscribe, and follow along for everything that's coming. And as well, leave a comment down below with 1 or 2 goals that you have for this year, and let's try and get them all knocked out together. Thanks, guys.